And welcome to Truth in Telecoms. Johnny, what's with the shades?
This ain't Johnny. Avi Katz is going to be looking for me after this one, along with Thorsten. Oh, and by the way, Nicola Wolfram, I love you because I'm going to talk about the love affair that me and Nicola had. It's the triangle love
Okay.
fest with Nicola, myself, and Thorsten. Since Viz thinks I like Thorsten, I only dealt with my Nicola, who he took from me. But I'm still fighting for you, Nicola. I'm coming for you, Nicola. I love you. But look, let's dive into it, right?
Yes, a
Um,
lot's been happening.
yeah, I mean, look, we had the Viz. I mean,
Yep,
I think what between shorts and videos, 15,000 views. And it's kind of crazy.
I know.
People love the Viz.
It
He's
is.
he's a, he's. We have to have an award show because he wants an award somehow or another. We got to give the kid an award
Uh,
for being, telling the
yeah,
truth, coming out there and being honest.
yeah, exactly. No, that
But
can't deny that. I think, for Robert, it's rather, the success that he's building and the recognition. Because, boy, does he get some recognition online. That for him, I think, is the reward that he
Well, it
seeks.
hasn't even started yet with the numbers that he's posting as a private company, which is you know,
Oh,
takes a
yeah.
set of these to do, and the impending IPO and how
Yeah.
he's positioning himself.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe he'll be a $10 to $30 billion IPO
Wow.
based on the numbers that I can just back in. I don't know his top line revenue.
Yeah.
He hasn't disclosed that, but based on his cash flow, his EBITDA, and the amount of money he's raised. So look, he's kicking off. He's kicking off cash.
Yep.
He's has huge margins on what he's doing. He's giving
Yep.
away messaging. He's he's supporting his customers. He's
Well, he's
you know
changing the industry. It's as simple as that. He's changing the focus of the industry.
I think it's not even about an industry anymore. I mean, look, Twilio's an SMS company. Twilio, this word CPaaS or whatever you want to call it. I mean, most of their business is SMS. I mean, if you just listen to I read. Did you get a chance to read the
No,
fireside chat? I
I
mean,
didn't.
it's unbelievable. Now you have two accounts running Twilio, and they're like, almost admitting, where, you know, they didn't run things as well as they should have. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I think his quote was, "We have great assets, but I think sort of shame on us. Like historically, the company hadn't been run as well as we had the capacity to do. You were running it." But what they did, and kudos to Twilio employees, please, Twilio people out there, we love you guys. I love the fact that you guys took in $500 million in free trading stock, personally.
Yeah.
Shareholders aren't too happy because
No.
they're calling you a clown show and whatever
It,
it is,
there's a lot
and
of
they get
anger
it.
there. Yeah.
But I just want the industry and Twilio to understand why Alan and Quayle and I have a problem with you.
Yeah.
And that problem really comes from the fact, like Robert Viz put up,
Yeah.
which you may want to put that short up
I'll have that shot. Yeah.
with him, as far as, how he called it out and how your platform was built for spam. And you
Correct.
didn't put any protections around it. Actually, what you did, because you have to understand something, this has been going on for years.
Yeah.
Cineverse, has been responsible for the P2P.
Yeah.
And up until a couple of years ago, A2P went down P2P.
Yes. Exactly.
What
Yeah.
happened to Cineverse now? T-Mobile stood
Yep.
up and said, enough is enough.
Exactly.
We're going to send it to InfoPip,
Yep.
who, by the way, great company, but they also own Peerless. So we'll get to the voice side of the
Yeah.
business in a couple of weeks because, it's a 10 DLC number.
Yes.
So they talk about in length of the struggles that they had with implementing the campaign registry.
Hmm.
And I just want to backtrack people because this is really about who's lying. Top Gun, Air Force Major Bill Peters, or Soren Shaft, Mark Romeo, Avi Katz, and Tata Communications. Please pay attention. You're getting rooked by your attorneys.
Yeah.
There's no way if you had all the facts here, which you're going to get now because the federal suit is going to start.
Yeah.
Once you see what really happened over here, you're going to be embarrassed, Tata. And Tata, you're trying to sell the campaign registry right now with Lazard. They put it out to market for private equity groups. Do you know who they're calling? They're calling me, and they're calling other people around us to ask questions about the campaign registry. What is this? What is this esoteric asset? Some very large PE groups that you're trying to sell this thing for 200 million plus don't get it. Where are the agreements? You don't have agreements. How do I know? I tried to buy it, right? So at
Yeah.
the end of the day, by Bill Peters and myself and Alan, who fights for himself, I think the truth in telecoms, TAD Summit is somebody wrongs you, you fight back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they tried to bury him with millions of dollars in legal fees.
Exactly.
He ended up getting Robbins Kaplan, who's now going to be speaking at Jeff Pulver's event. That might be pretty uneasy since, Jeff has the former TCR attorney there as well.
Yeah, Glenn Richards.
I think he did the CFIUS part where he told CFIUS, nothing to see over here.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So,
okay, because that was never clear in terms of what his relationship was
it's
there.
in their filings. I mean, he's a great guy. He's a great attorney.
Okay.
And look, attorneys do what they do, right?
Okay.
But to backtrack this, Twilio, so when the campaign registry management came to me and said, look, we can do a management buyout. Can you help us?
Mm-hmm.
A couple of weeks prior to that, they tried to sell the campaign registry to Twilio.
Yes.
How do I know that? Well, the guys at Twilio that were looking at the deal are dear friends of mine, right?
Yep.
And I would be on the phone with them. And they'd be like, look, maybe we'd pay $30 million for this just to shut it off. So Twilio execs wanted to buy the campaign registry to shut it off. And if you read the fireside chat with with Cosima yesterday, because they took a lot of blame on the process of the campaign registry, that only happened after they got their discount removed, their large discount.
Yes.
So what happened was campaign registry started, CTIA awarded to iConnective, little history here.
Yeah.
They pulled it away. AT&T pulled it away. They started their own registry with the guys at Hook Mobile, Bill Peters, Soren Shaft, Terry Shao, the other guy, Tor, and Kurt. And they started this campaign registry, and then all the other carriers joined. And it was supposed to be to stop spam.
Yeah.
And there were supposed to be numbers in it.
Yes.
Bill Peters found out after. So Calera and campaign registry gave a discount to Twilio for 70, 80% on a prepayment, which Twilio likes to prepay everything, prepay gateway deals, prepay this, prepay that, hide it in their COGS. And what did they do? Right? They got a prepayment deal on something that they had to mandatorily pay full price. Everybody had to pay.
Yeah, exactly. So how much did they prepay?
It was $7 million or $8 million, I believe, was a prepayment. Because look, Bird's got 50,000 customers, right? Yeah. And they're split up in 3 parts of the world, right? Yeah. So call them 15,000 in the U.S., right?
Yeah, yeah.
Twilio's 70, 80% of all the campaigns in the U.S.
Yes.
All the spam traffic is Cineverse, is Twilio, which we'll get back to why Cineverse used to try shutting them off all the time until Twilio sued him. So really, Twilio, we have a problem with the fact that your whole business is based on spam.
Yeah.
You make money off spam. You were involved in it. You saw what they're doing over here at Bill Peters.
Yeah.
Not only you, Cineverse, Cinch, all you guys that we sent out resumes, you tried to destroy Bill. Tata Communications, Calera, they tried to destroy Bill's career. He's out of messaging.
Yes.
The guy who built what Cinch is today, the first interop, founded that, and he founded the campaign registry. Look, this is a Top Gun Air Force major.
Yeah.
Technically, right now, Tata and Avi Katz, Calera never would have been sold for $300 million if Bill didn't come back in and cooperate with Avi, which I'll get back to later. I know I'm jumping around a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
But Twilio got the discount.
Yep.
Twilio,
which gave it what?
Which gave it a discount.
Okay.
Right? But all of a sudden, what happened is then Bill was trying to find out, how much traffic business is Twilio taking from us, and he found out there was no numbers in it.
Yes.
So Ricardo Cavero, the other gentleman that you guys threw out and kicked out of the industry, were just honest guys trying to find out how much business are they losing because of this prepayment. So Mr. Shaft made some kind of a deal, him and Dario in Italy, old CEO, who robbed millions of dollars on the Calera and from Tata, did some kind of deal with them. And then, of course, they tried to go sell it to Twilio for $1 billion or whatever
Yeah,
the number
yeah,
was,
yeah, yeah.
right? Some kind of crazy number. And the guys at the Twilio at the time were the old Zip Whip guys who
Yeah,
just got them for 850 million. They're like, we're not buying this thing for, I
exactly.
would just buy it for 30 million to shut it off.
Yeah,
Why? Because Twilio makes money on spam. The whole
gotcha.
industry knows everybody makes money on spam. What do we fight about? Spamming grandma.
Yeah.
So it's not personal, guys. At the end of the day, it comes down to when are we going to bring awareness to the fact that the industry and the ecosystem has to do something, which now
Yes,
T-Mobile is
did.
starting.
Absolutely.
Historically, T-Mobile blames Cineverse for the spam. Why?
Correct.
Because they put them there. What all the carriers have now is the SIM service access. That's all they have. They provide you service.
Yep.
That's it. You pay them. They provide you service. They provide you the best quality of service you can,
Yep. They
and
can. Yeah.
that's really what they own.
Exactly.
But
And just
look,
to back up with what you're saying on the spam, when T-Mobile moved from Cineverse to Infobip, I had 13 joyous days of no spam. It was beautiful. That switch happened, and I saw on my spam folder for my SMS, there was days going by without a message. It reminded me of the good old days when you could just use SMS and somebody would send you an SMS and it was somebody you knew that wanted to communicate with you. So yeah,
look, Cineverse can't stop typing the A2P messaging through their SMS
yeah,
hubs, right? So that's how it worked before a couple of years ago. How do I know? I don't know. I owned the third hub,
exactly.
right? So what
Yep.
you had to do is A2P, P2P was all the same thing,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
pipe it through. And
Just
Cineverse
an SMS.
only exists to pay their debt. All they exist. But now they exist
Yeah.
to provide service to Twilio, who owns a very large minority stake, has a couple of board seats. So
Yeah.
it's spam fest, guys.
Yeah.
But this is all going to come out in the wash now because it's not about what I say, what Alan says. It's about the data, the
Yes.
facts.
Exactly.
Now you're going to have the third federal judge, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we had the administrative claim that tied up this other lawsuit to federal court.
Yes.
Now, Mark Romeo, who is the catalyst of all this from Littler, he is the attorney for Calera, who Tata continued to believe, and has made millions of dollars off you guys. He now has to go into another federal court.
Yeah.
Didn't work out too good for him in New York, and didn't work out too good for him in Virginia, did it?
Yeah. Yeah.
But look, the bottom line is, Twilio, you know what you're doing. You're making money off spam.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's making money off spam. When is it going to stop? When are we
Yes.
going to bring awareness to it? Look, I'm almost giving up at the end of the day. I don't know what the regulators are. We screamed at the FCC, who doesn't regulate this. We talk about RCS. There's a ton of spam on RCS now too. And for all we know, RCS might make spam texting even better because now it's rich and you have the inside customer service aspect to it. So look, it's just terrible what's going on with people. But I think the bottom line here is Tata. You're trying to sell a campaign register for $200 million. And all you had to do was do it right by Major Bill Peters. They tried to frame him, right?
Yeah.
So you got robbed by Avi Katz. So I was working with Avi Katz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I had Bill go and cooperate with Avi Katz.
Yeah.
Bill met with 5 attorneys from DL Piper, Matt Matuli, who's now back at Ericsson.
Yeah.
This is one of the top cleanup lawyers in the country.
Yeah.
He had Robert Stevens, the former general counsel for the SEC.
Yeah.
Clean up a multi-billion-dollar SPAC. Stuff went away, but now it's all coming out.
Yeah.
So we started this podcast. Guys, I'm only here on this show because of what they did to Bill Peters. Full stop. And then I met Mr. Quayle, who is the last honest guy in the industry. He's the only guy who doesn't have memberships like the rest of you. You can't pay him to say what he wants to say. I spend enough time just, arguing with people that I know in the industry saying, well, why did Alan say this? Why did Alan say that? It's because he's not for sale like MEF or other groups that, you could pay them to look the other way because it's just one all big cabal, or Eddie DeCurdy calls it the echo chamber. Don't speak across the echo chamber because we're all robbing and spamming at once.
Yes.
So look, it's coming out. And look, when Bill Peters, I sent resumes out to people, Cineverse, Cinch, Bill Peters, and Ricardo Cabrera, who worked for you guys. You turned a blind eye.
Yeah.
I told you guys when you had some election messaging that wasn't getting through, blind eyes.
Yeah.
And I get it. You're running a business. You don't want to deal with this. This is the way it is. But when Robert Viz comes out and talks about AIT, and
Yeah.
he talks about he didn't build out his platform because you're enabling spam and fraud,
Correct. Exactly.
Twilio, and then we come back and fight, you can't hold it against us
Mhm.
at the end of the day. But it's going to start coming out now.
Yeah,
But
because
I
of the
want
federal
Tata to
case. Yeah.
know, Tata, please pay attention. I cannot believe in good conscience that the CEO of Tata, or Ratan Tata, who's a legend in his country, is a philanthropist. If he actually understood the facts here, Tata, you're being lied to. I don't believe that Soren and Michael Ford, who's over there, framed Bill on their own. They're too stupid. They framed themselves. So I believe that Mark Romeo set the whole thing up. You understand? Soren and Bill, co-founders, they
Yes.
were all in it together,
Yeah.
right? What was Bill's crime? What? Bringing in my group, or even trying to make an offer to buy the company himself? That's it. But now you guys are trying to sell the company, Soren and team. You're going to get no equity from anybody. You could have bought the place, but back in the day, they wanted me to go bring the money and bring a cash deal with the Italians in Italy, like it was like some kind of a backroom deal.
Yeah.
So I just want to rehash everything. We've done how many podcasts? 91 podcasts.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. With that.
Probably 30 to 35 of those podcasts have a lot of this information, except now we have a bigger audience.
Yeah.
And now it's coming out.
Exactly.
And look, a lot of things are going to start coming out now. Trial's going to start.
Yep.
And
Yep.
look, they just settled a lawsuit with the former CFO of Calera.
That's right.
The minute Bill Peters showed up
Yeah.
to testify,
Exactly.
bang,
Yep.
settled.
Exactly.
Right? Gone.
Yeah. And we
So look,
covered
it's going
that.
to
Yeah.
all end up that way. What are you losing, Tata? You're not going to sell a campaign revenue because the people are talking to us. Why? Because if you want to know about the campaign registry, all we do is scream about it.
Yep.
And we can pretty much explain, well, there's no contracts. There's all kinds of workarounds. Depending on who you know is how you can send traffic. A lot of people are forced to pay it. A lot of people don't have to pay it. Some people like to pipe it through their P2P and then get caught. And then T-Mobile takes that direct connect and moves it to Infobip.
Yep.
And, you know,
Yep. No,
but they're all doing it. So look, I'm just excited. But, you know, I got to get my glasses on. I sent some messages over to Avi because I think, you know, at the very end, Avi Katz tried to settle it. And Avi's got a new public company now.
Yep.
Another
right.
SPAC. It started at $10 and went down to 50 cents. But I'm sure he'll find a way to sell that for millions of dollars somehow.
Oh, he's a smart man.
Oh, he's genius. Guy's absolutely genius. He just, you know, $7 billion wiped out on 5 SPACs.
That's amazing.
Bird. Come to America. Even if you lose, you're going to win. Right? No matter how you look at it. Just use call Avi. Johnny, where's that Avi guy? Where's his lawyers?
That's an awful tagline. If you lose, you're going to win.
Even if you lose, you win in our country. Why? Because that's just the way the legal system works. The legal system works for criminals, unfortunately, in this country. Well, sometimes you win if you catch the right companies. Bill has now got huge backing with a major, but he's got the facts on
exactly.
And they're already starting to lie. Remember, guys, depositions.
Yes.
Swear to tell the truth. Once you swear under oath, you got a problem.
Exactly.
And I can't wait because they're going to depose me on that one.
Oh, God.
I'm deposing myself. I've been deposing myself. I can't wait. I'm excited.
That's going to be entertaining.
What are you going to sue me for? Telling the truth? So, you know, the Global Telco Consult, when they put that report out, they hit it. They had it removed off for me and LinkedIn. Put that back up today so the buyers know. So I got to take it off my post. I don't even tell you. Okay. Because we have so much other stuff that we're doing.
Yes. Yeah,
and look, Alan Quayle, he's given us a platform. We're forever grateful to Alan. But now the amount of information I'm getting from companies, I mean, you're really aggravating some of these. Is it proper to say chicken?
Yeah. Let's give that image to people.
Well, the AIT guys are all chicken. They can't stop. Right? Chickens.
Well, again, that's in that particular case. You know, I had so many MEF members complaining because I comment. No, I think we posted one of their posts about AIT because they were talking about it very, you know, cogently, explaining the situation, and I was saying, "See, look, you know, this is what's going on." And then I had, well, two people that left the industry because they just found it so disgusting because of all the stuff that was going on, and they were off in other parts of telecoms, and they're like,
Evan Graham's
Alan,
one of them.
and the guy said, Alan, that's quite rich to be quoting that particular company. And I
What?
was like, but they're
And
talking about it.
I'm going to defend the guy. I talked to the guy. He sent me up a message. He's built a flash call product with
Yep.
Rocco. I actually like Rocco. I tell you why I like Rocco. When GMS was trying to buy Tintech, they were going to pay Rocco $200,000 to do a report because Yuri keeps combing his hair from one side to the other side. He didn't know if he wanted to buy it on Monday morning or Tuesday morning. It's like that guy Two-Face in the movie. You don't know
Yeah,
who you're
yeah,
dealing
yeah.
with, the guy. Crazy situation. And Rocco didn't take the money.
Yeah.
There's like, it's a no-brainer, GMS, for you to buy Tintech, right? Because we don't need to, because, they're smart guys at Rocco.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I don't have a problem with those guys
No.
because that's integrity. Who would give back the money and say,
Exactly.
guys,
Yes.
you're wasting your money here because
Yeah.
it's a no-brainer for you to buy Tintech. We've been
Yeah.
covering them. We've given Thorson's awards
Yeah.
since he graduated at
Yeah.
Thorson Trapp University. He's gonna build his own university now, Thorson Trapp University.
Yeah. No.
But you got to have a patent to get in.
Yeah.
But look, I think, Tulio, why are we coming after you? First of all, what you did on Wall Street is your business.
Yeah.
Investors gambled, they gambled.
Yeah.
It's a grift, it's a grift. But I know the guys. I know the guys that sued on your behalf. We know what you did every last summer. All you did was keep the grift going. You bought Cineverse. Why? Why did you buy a minority stake in a company called Cineverse that'll never be sold? They recently tried to sell Cineverse for billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Not one taker. You know why? Because there's nothing there.
Exactly.
What do you have?
Yep.
And now they're losing all the infrastructure. And what are they going to do when RCS and Google, or RCS, Google, and Apple kick in? You don't need that. You don't need all the infrastructure, like Robert Viz said.
Yeah.
So, but look, we're bringing awareness now. The campaign registry. We're back online. Alan has fought for us. We have a lot of good people out there. There's a lot of good people. I got a message this morning from this guy asking, did I send you the story on asking questions about RCS and is grandma still going to be scammed? So we got a lot of followers. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good people in the industry.
There is.
Any of you out there that are, Robert Viz is hiring 150 people. If I were you guys, I'd go in there, get some free trading stock and ride it and go build with a real leader. For me, he's the second best CEO in the market right now, other than the CEO of Palantir, who is just balls to the. I mean, what he's done over there is incredible. But it's a new kind of CEO.
Yes.
One that comes out and just tells it like it is.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And instead of the hiding and the snickering. But the guy from Vox called you out.
Yeah.
And he explained to me what everybody else is doing and what they have to do. So I'd like to get more feedback from him. I'm going to defend
on
him
the podcast. Well, I asked him to come on the podcast.
Well, we're going to have a special guest next week.
Oh, yes.
I don't want to tell you whose name is. He's going to come on next week, and we're going to talk about artificially inflated traffic, which for me, if Viz is mad because the brands are getting hurt because he makes money off the brands, then it's more of a self-interest thing. Exactly. Is grandma getting robbed? Is there fraud going on? Because that's what we care about. I care about vulnerable getting hurt. Because you got to pay higher pricing, or because Elon Musk is getting charged another $60 million. That's not a fight I want to get into with artificially inflated traffic.
Yes.
And look, they got this website out there that all these weasels are posting stuff.
Yes.
Hey, weasels, put your face up like I am or Alan does. Get out there. And if you want to punch somebody in the face, punch him in the face like a man. Exactly. What repercussions are you looking for? But I don't like the fact that they put these stories out on GMS and Vox and Cinch and all these companies. They put them in with no names. Back it up. I'm out here telling you what happened to Bill Peters. I'm telling you what the campaign registry did. I'm telling you what Avi did. I'm telling you what Twilio did.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
You got to man up. So the guy from Vox, in my book, is really smart. And he gave me really intelligent answers. And I even told Viz, you should go talk to the guy. So I'm a fan of his because he was transparent. Now, everybody else who's hiding, they don't want to be caught. No, but if you call somebody a chicken and they don't defend themselves, chickens.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So, but campaign registry guys, just come clean because we're going to start really talking about it now. We're going to start really getting into it.
Mhm.
And it's all Mark Romeo. Mark Romeo, who's made millions of dollars off you, Tata.
Well,
And
he's got all
Sorg,
those
come tell the
judges
truth.
that he keeps creating angry judges.
But we're not going to go away. We're not going to
Yeah,
stop fighting. This guy was a Top Gun pilot. Okay. They're
Bill
even
Peters.
like,
Yeah,
you have congressional hearings right now in our country trying to see what these things are flying around. You know why? Because they can't argue with Air Force pilots.
yeah,
They're the most highly trained, credible guy. And you want to destroy him? No. We're here. We're fighting back and we're going to keep fighting back. And for all you companies out there, you're complicit. You look the other way.
yeah. Exactly. That's the problem
Nobody
in the
wanted to hire
industry.
him.
Yeah,
Nobody wanted to hire him. John Wick, I came to you as senators. You were in the Air Force. For whatever reason, I guess you were on a downturn, maybe. But he admitted the campaign registry doesn't do nothing. I quote you, John Wick, because I don't really care if you get pissed at me anymore because I still respect you and did the big John Wick podcast to you. Doesn't
yeah,
do anything. Write your name on a piece of paper. That's all it is. Here's a guy that's running senators for 20 years.
yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah,
So it's not me saying it. And let John come out and tell me he didn't say it.
yeah.
Come on, John. Come and tell me I'm a liar. Somebody call me a liar. Somebody call me out. Stop trying to send me subpoenas because
Well,
no,
once
we got
yeah, because I mean, the key thing that's changed is the federal judge has asked for, now I can't remember the term,
the
but from
federal judge is coming to the table and he wants to know what's going on. So there's been a backlog. So the campaign registry lawyers were saying, well, it's part of the administrative claim is for wrongful termination. We want to settle that case here in in the arbitration case.
yeah,
Well, the federal judge just woke up because look, they got a lot of cases there in Delaware.
yeah,
You got half the companies in this country that are set up in Delaware. And
exactly.
there's a reason why I think the lawyers filed there. I don't know. But you're going to be live and this is going to continue. And facts are facts.
So
And
the federal
they're
judge
not
has asked
settling.
for both
There's no
parties, so for
settling.
Bill's lawyers and for TCR lawyers, to give what is it, like a summary of their
Well, yeah.
case?
Well, at the end of the day, uh, um, Mark Romeo are saying, well, it shouldn't be a federal case here. It should be coupled with the
Okay, with
arbitration case, right?
gotcha. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that's their position, has been for a while now.
yeah.
But the
Viz, set your company up in Texas because, like Elon did, the guy that you follow all the time. Yeah, uh, follow him, not the Zuck guy who
yeah,
you're
yeah. But
posting
I'm
about.
just
No
trying to
better.
get to what's the forcing function that means we're going to see this Bill's
Because
complaint
you're going to have a
climb.
federal judge. Federal judges don't play. You're
Yeah,
not corrupting a federal judge,
but
Mark
what has
Romeo.
that federal judge done? So he's asked both parties
They're
for the
basically they're going to give
filings,
their responses. Mark
but is
Romeo
there
is
a
going to get thrown
deadline?
out of that court too. So what's going to happen is he's 0 for 2 with
Yeah,
two federal judges, right?
exactly.
So what do you think the trend is here?
Well, this is the big one, though. This is the complaint. This is the
It's the
one that
big one.
has all
But
the
no,
allegations.
but what's the big one is right now, Tata and Lazard are trying to sell it, and you morons try to beat this guy up, and we're fighting. We're fighting behind the scenes, and we're talking to PEs. One PE, billions and billions of dollars. Looking at the price tag of the campaign registry for 200 million, Tata could have clipped him for a couple of hundred million. We'll see who buys it. I
Yeah,
personally think they should just hand it to iConnective now that they're owned by an American group and they've run the short code registry with no problems. Let the pros run the campaign registry until Google decides what they want to do with you. Because Google and Apple decide what they do with everybody.
yes,
That's $6 trillion of market cap. They can
exactly.
buy all the mobile operators up worldwide
Yeah,
in their shoe.
yeah.
Right.
And
So
there are
they decide.
regulators that will limit that, but
Listen,
with the
it doesn't matter.
Koch
There's still
brothers, though,
economic leverage.
they now,
You either got to buy an Android or an Apple in the USA,
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
right?
But again, it comes back to that iConnective got bought by the Koch brothers, so they're now an American asset.
It's the
So
second largest privately owned company in America. Koch
exactly, and they
Industries.
made other acquisitions.
They own
in North America.
TNS.
Exactly, which is a
And they're
big
going to
one.
start, and I'm sure, I don't know if they're involved in the process now. I don't know why iConnective would pay them because iConnective knows how much of a joke it is. Those guys know.
Yeah,
They know what's going on here.
yeah,
And I believe I heard from one of the guys that in the deck, he talked about the CTIA mandate. CTIA had nothing to do with you guys because if CTIA is not getting a VIG, they're not involved.
yes,
So they're not
exactly.
getting a VIG on this, and there's
Yeah,
no cover. So there's going to be big problems because the carriers are at will. They can cancel at will. You're not going to get
exactly,
an agreement with the
exactly.
operators.
Yeah.
So look, they tried the campaign registry. I think they had the right intentions. And
Mhm.
then what happened? Twilio prepayment.
Yes,
Numbers disappeared. You can
exactly.
rotate numbers all day long.
Yeah,
They made spam great again. The campaign registry made spam great again for Twilio. And
yeah,
they just kept buying time,
yeah,
buying time. And now Twilio's at the end of the road. They got $3.5 billion. Look,
yeah.
I'm rooting for your CEO. Go give more stock incentives to your employees. But anybody out there, I'd go work at Bert. Hell, I want to go back and work at Bert. But he won't even call me back now. I think he's a little upset with me.
Well, what should
But
you do now, Johnny?
I think I tell him I love him too much. I'm like the crazy ex girlfriend now. I'm like, well, you
Oh,
loved me last week, Robert. Come back to me. You know what I
oh,
mean?
yeah.
I'm like that one night stand he had. He's like, oh man, that was a
That was
mistake.
a
What was I
mistake.
with?
Yeah. Well,
That was a mistake.
it's not just a one night stand. He's done it twice now, coming
He
on the
did it twice. He
podcast.
keeps coming back. So, but Viz, we love you. We're going to be chanting you left and right. You
Yep.
get the Truth in Telecoms award.
We don't give
Most
awards.
second.
It's
I'm giving
obvious.
awards. My show, Truth in Telecoms, I give award.
Yeah,
Pat
yeah, yeah,
Summit,
yeah,
Hackatat Hack,
yeah.
AI,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Innovators.
yeah.
I'm giving an award.
We
Robert
will call it
Viz.
the Johnny Award.
Robert Viz, King of Truth.
Yeah.
But
Oh no.
not one person in this industry is set up and said a word. They all know it. And the stuff that we're digging up now on voice, because 10DLC has just got to be enabled for text messaging and voice.
Yeah.
And what's going on with the RoboScale calls and
Yeah.
what's going on with the combination of two and how you operators look. The problem is all these companies have lost $110 billion in market cap. I mean, Bandwidth has a $444 million market cap right now.
Yeah. I know.
I mean, there's like grocery stores that have bigger market caps
It's
right
terrible.
now.
Yeah.
So none of them can make money without, spending the spam. But look, T-Mobile, hats off to you, T-Mobile. You're standing up.
Yep. Oh
You're
yeah.
standing up. That was a big move.
Oh yeah. Well, and most importantly, they're standing up for their customers. That's the fundamental issue with all these messaging monopolies is they don't protect consumers or businesses that are
Look,
using these
I heard from the
capabilities.
backgrounds that, there are companies actively trying to shut off UMail numbers and Raptor numbers. They're
Oh,
trying to because they want to stop the people who are the
getting the
police.
data. Yeah.
You're right. They
I
want to
mean,
stop. They want to
there's not
shut their
even
numbers
police. They're
off.
just showing the data. That's all they're doing, just
But the
reporting the
compliance
facts.
people don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing. The compliance people in these organizations, they can't spell compliance,
Oh, yeah.
right? All they care about is not getting sued, not getting sued. But look at all the cease and desist.
Yes.
And the government agencies, look, they get their fines, they go home. Government employees. So look, AI's here, AI's coming. There's a lot of bad fraud. I put
Yes.
the post out about the banks. The
Yes.
banks are fed up. In the UK, they're
Exactly.
capping people,
Yes.
capping people at 90 grand. You got robbed 400,
Hey,
partly
your
our
fault.
fault.
You lost your
You're,
credentials. Yeah.
you're screwed. Now, the USA, there's going to be legislation. So we'll see how it goes politically
Yeah.
with that. But look, and forget what's going on with our kids and the access that you're getting with them. And I mean,
Yeah.
don't even get me started
Oh, yeah. No,
with that's
absolutely.
going on. But look,
But just to wrap it up back to the core point, the reason that Twilio is in your crosshairs is because right at the start with the campaign registry, they did that prepayment and took all the numbers out of there so they could spam more
then they
effectively.
bought Cineverse. Why would you buy a minority stake in Cineverse, a company with $2 billion in debt? Why?
Yeah.
To get an edge.
Yeah.
You wanted the edge because you got to get the spam in.
Exactly.
You have to get it in.
Just
right?
like with ZipWhip.
And everybody who's listening to this podcast knows this. And enough's enough. And we're just going to keep screaming. But, again, my main mission is, Tata, please listen to us. Pay attention. There's no way in good conscience you would do what they did in Europe with the post office type thing, where you just keep
Yes.
digging deeper in a hole because
Yeah.
you're already going to lose.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people, private equities are out there talking to all kinds of people. I might have talked to one, two, or 10 of them already and kind of walk him through it because nobody knows what this thing is. What is the
Yeah.
campaign
Yeah.
registry
It's
thing?
very esoteric.
I
Yeah.
didn't even know what it was until Bill called me and said, yeah, I'm working with this campaign registry. What are you doing there?
Yeah.
What does it do?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It doesn't even make sense.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see who ends up with it.
Yeah.
Or if it ends up anywhere, or Tata just keeps it because nobody cares at the end of the day. And they'll just keep, look, if you got people sending spam everywhere and you put a hurdle in front of them, they want to keep sending spam. So they're going to go play around here, rotate
Yeah.
numbers, do what they got to
Yeah.
do, and find 50 different ways to get
Yep.
their traffic out.
Exactly.
A lot of creative people. But, there's a lot to talk about here. But
Yep.
I think this is podcast one. Next week, we're going to talk on AIT.
Yes.
We're gonna some of the people that are
Absolutely.
challenging Alan. We have shows coming up. I'm trying to get Czar, Pooja, and a few other people to go speak in the hallway at Meth.
But
I
that
want to
doesn't matter.
apologize.
We're going to have the Czar UNTAD Summit in October. We'll have Alex from UMail talking about the truth in sort of robocalling.
There's no question we've got the we're the real deal.
Yeah.
And again, no memberships here, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want us to lie, we give you this. At the end of the day, that's it.
Yeah.
So we're the real deal. Mr. Quayle is the real deal. And I think through the rumblings, you're the last guy left in the entire ecosystem
Oh,
that's not for sale.
it's been fun over the past couple of days because Ericsson did the big announcement with its network APIs and the big initiative. And of course, all the sort of your little toadies came running in to talk about how beautiful the world is. And it's even the PR it was like almost the same as the PR that happened 12 years ago with one API. So history is being repeated. But at least we can stand up and share what we see as the truth. And the key is time shows because one API failed. And what they're doing at the moment with this current camera or whatever you want to call it.
Look, what succeeded? Twilio succeeded. Since
Yes.
succeeded.
Yes.
All these companies succeeded. Bird's crushing it.
Crushing it. Exactly.
At the end of it. And wait, he talked about antitrust. Oh, if Twilio, Cinch, and Infobip merge, it's an antitrust. The antitrust's already done, Bert. Pay attention. You're too busy running your company over there with your clogs over there in the Netherlands and your different parts of the world and the time frames. Pay attention.
Yeah.
The monopoly's already here.
Yeah.
Bert, you got to break in.
It is.
And we're
absolutely cool.
You need good leaders.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
A lot of these guys are caught. They can't stop. They can't stop.
Yeah.
So,
but there are tools there.
I think we're done.
Yep.
I think we're done. Guys, come clean. Somebody tell anybody know Tata out there? Anybody talk to Tata?
Yeah.
You know, they're not that big of a deal. Tata Communications. Guys, pay attention.
Yeah.
Mark Romeo. That's his name, Littler, your attorney, lying to you. Why? So he can bill you.
Yeah.
And Avi, I didn't mean it.
Poor Avi.
Poor Avi's a billionaire, but poor Avi.
Oh yeah, many times over, I'm sure.
He's laughing. He don't even care. He's selling another company. He's so batshit crazy. It's unbelievable. He just laughed right in your face. Yeah, we're friends now. Yeah, stop. But I think at the end, he sincerely wanted to settle with Bill. I believe he sent Robert Stebbins. At that time, it was too late because Mark Rubio just got himself a payday.
Yeah.
Keep paying. Hey, Soren, go do this. How many broken years? All going to come out, guys. And it'll be a great story and a great book. And who cares who reads it? But it'll lead into the spamming of America.
Yes, exactly. That's the key. So,
right?
And that's
look at the numbers.
Yeah.
Look at the numbers on spam 4 or 5 years ago and look at them now.
Yeah.
You don't need to see anything else.
Yeah.
And now with AI, and then we're going to be getting into voice soon.
Yes.
I had some interesting people talk to me about what's going on there. And wow.
Yes. Oh,
I don't even, I might just quit after that one because it's really bad. What I'm learning about that racket.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, this has been good.
Thank you, Mr. Quell.
No, you're very welcome, Johnny. I'm just happy that we're able to shine a light on the reality of what is happening in our industry so that we can make change happen. Because until that reality is exposed, it all just rumbles on and puts
Listen,
the customer last.
shine a light on the chicken,
And we'll finish it
chicken,
with that.
or stop chickens.
Yep, absolutely. Thanks so
All
much.
right, buddy.